And I think
There you go.
what was I talking about though?
Sorry about that, guys. We had to make a part two because we got a phone call from Amazon restaurants telling telling me that my tablet is disconnected, the service is temporarily off. Anyhow,
I remember. I remember it was about judging,
okay.
and across the categories. And I think the winner in our category was, in my opinion, we can disagree on this. Was well chosen because he had a, an idea that had a lot of social capital. It had a lot of relevance to the community. And if that was the criteria for this competition going in, we're not going to win no matter how prepared we are.
Yeah.
Now, if let's say criteria was how scalable or how ambitious or how whatever, we would probably have won. We would probably have done better. So I think my mom and brother and I talked about it. We figured, oh, you know what, the winner was chosen based on because I thought we both had equal, good pitches. I think he had some trouble in his Q&A. I'll give you a specific example. Like in his Q&A, one of the judges asked him, so what distinguishes your product, which was like a teaching material, from any online free resource that I could find? And he really hesitated, in my opinion. And I remember whispering to you, I thought, man, that's it for this particular candidate. But he overcame and he gave an answer to that question. Like I said, I think his concept had a better like social relevance or something. If that's the case, then we're not going to win. We're just not going to. I mean, if that's the criteria, that's okay. But we wouldn't have won that.
Right.
But if it was based on technical and creativity, something culturally and authentically based in Houston with that relevance, then I knocked that shit out of the park.
Yeah.
In terms of the pitch.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I think that is why I'm very torn about giving this feedback again because
It's reopening a wound.
it hurts, guys. It hurts. I mean, when they announced the winner, like Gary and I looked at each other, and it's just stab. There's just stab in the heart.
I'm gonna remind
Hey,
you.
we're sharing our truest thoughts, and we felt betrayal.
I'm gonna remind Quan something. That night that we lost.
But we had to be good losers.
Yeah.
Because immediately there were photos taken of us.
Right.
And now I can appreciate and understand these. Doesn't matter if you're athletes or you're competitors of any sort. The moment you lose, you have to do interviews, and you're not here. You're not right here. You've lost.
Yeah.
The competitive side of us wasn't going to. We're still shocked, and we didn't accept it.
Right.
And I think that holds true. In any case,
You remember that the night that we
that's
lost.
why I didn't want to open fresh ones.
The night that we lost, guys. I gave I said, Quan, give me that iPad because my mom would love it. But I told Quan to take home that trophy. I said, and you didn't want it.
I didn't want it.
You didn't want me to throw it in the garbage.
It was like a participation trophy
Yes,
that
it
a
was.
lot of these people are saying, and I didn't want that.
But it's a lesson. And I told Quan to put that somewhere in your restaurant where you could see it every day, and think to yourself, you know what? That was a chapter in our business life that we're gonna remember because leading up to it, it was a fantastic experience. It was tremendously productive and creative.
It
for us.
was.
The journey was more important than the actual end.
It was.
The result. Really.
Yeah. So shout out to Houston Liftoff competition. It is a really wonderfully done event.
Good. Yeah.
Because from start to finish, we got a lot of it just because the business plan process, and it really got us to reflect what we didn't do so well, and as we are creating this real business, what our shortcomings are, either from operations to marketing to fundraising to financial
A
projection.
lot of good workshops.
It really forced us, guys. That's, I guess, another way I want to emphasize this. It really forced Gary and I to tighten things up, because we got a real business to run, and this really shored a lot of those things up. So for anyone participating, I strongly encourage it for next year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know with Gary and I talked a lot about this. I'll be honest, I'm pity. I didn't want that trophy. It's a participation trophy. I didn't care much about it. Okay, I wanted to throw it in a garbage can. But you know, it's a nice trophy. But
Yeah.
I just didn't want to keep it. But I guess now it's staring at me.
I wanted you to look at it every day and kind of like, and kind of be a part of you, like a scar on a hand that says, "Hey, listen, I still using my hand." You know, and that scar just reminds me of what my hand's been through. You know.
Yeah.
And we've gone through a lot leading up to that competition. So no regrets. It was a fantastic experience.
Right. So last remarks before we close off this chapter of our life.
When you start a business with a partner or just doing it by yourself, it's a relationship.
Yeah.
I have a relationship with this guy. I have a relationship with work, and you have to make time for it. You have to commit the energy and the emotional investment, and that comes with disappointment. That's what this video is about, is to express a period of disappointment that we had.
Yeah.
But that's a bump in the journey.
Yeah.
You know. Now, let me put it to you. The way I put it to Quan, which is, the prize money for this competition is $10,000. We literally got offers from my bank for an SBA loan for several $100,000.
Right.
You know, yes, it's free money. I understand that, but the point is to impress upon whether it's judges or loan officers that your business model is not just valid, but has the potential that excites them, that they want to say, hey, you know what? This is fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. I want to invest. And that's the most important thing. We had that validation long before this competition.
Yeah.
That's the exciting thing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people in this competition didn't have that.
Yeah.
That's really all they needed this.
Yeah.
You know, disappointing, yes, but overall, I'm always about the big picture. That's how we balance. You're like immediate. I'm big picture, and we have to trade hats a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
No.
I'll be honest. I'm not going to rationalize this.
Okay.
I'm going to say this really encourages me to do more.
Yeah.
Because I want a year from now, 2 years from now, where whether it's this competition or any competition that we participate from here on out, to realize that this would have been the investment, this would have been the team that overcame all these challenges and reached their goal. And that goal is much larger than any competition. It is to really build Lotus-Box into the preferred destination for specialty Asian and gourmet frozen products. I don't care if, whether it's the competition or the judges, where they may not, reward us. But when we are on this journey, it's us rewarding ourselves, and it's us directly talking to our audience and you guys, friends, families that are supporting us. We're doing it for you guys, and we're doing it a lot of times from our conversation, our love and appreciation for Chinatown and all of the chefs like my dad and Gary's mom who's been there, who has a lot of stories to tell, and that's the motivation. It's not, in my mind, it's not to win competitions.
True.
That's an ego boost.
Yeah.
And yes, as the competitive side of me and Gary's, of course we want that, but that is not the day to day. You know,
Right.
our day to day is to create this wonderful platform, this amazing e-commerce business that we brainstormed and we got together and talked about for the last 5 months. That is where we're headed. So, you know, with that being said, I'm glad he asked me to actually do this video. I didn't care for it in the beginning, but now that we're actually doing it, it reinforced my will
Mm-hmm.
and my motivation and grit
Yeah.
to go forward, even more, because currently is a week before Thanksgiving of 2017, and I know we're making this video so that all of you guys and Gary and I can look back on this journey and have a few laughs, look at ourselves, and then see how far we've been.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I wanted to say.
Good. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's it.
okay, that's it. We'll be making another video shortly because we are actually in Gary's office and his factory, and I brought over 25 packs of the dumpling shumai couldn't even talk this morning. Dumpling dim sum shumai dumplings,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to look at it and start preparing for the testing of sending out these delicious products of Gary's and mine and to our friends to get feedback. So that's what we're about to do right now.
All right.
Okay? Bye, guys.
See you later.